Okay, no problem. I'm not gonna blink because I'm gonna look at this camera and talk to it because I think this camera has a problem with me. I think so.
Keep staring at me and shit.
And it's red. I like blue.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah.
Oh, did we already start?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've done recording.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Shit.
Oh,
Actually,
that's
keep
even
that.
beautiful.
Keep
Yeah,
that,
keep
keep
it.
that,
Okay,
keep
all right.
that,
So I'll
keep that,
do
keep
the
that.
intro. Okay.
Yeah, keep that.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Music Maniacs with Side After Dark. We're Side After Dark out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm
Hey.
Dan Berg.
I'm Sifa Graffiti.
So if y'all follow the podcast, you know most of the time we have like a topic where we talk about an artist or a genre. And sometimes we like to have our artist friends come and join us. And today we are joined by a very talented rapper and producer, Mr. C.E.L.Beatz himself.
It was goody. Side After Dark, Sifa, Dan. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Of
That
course.
rhymed. That was the
Of
plan.
Of course.
Oh, we started
There
early?
it is.
We started early with these bars?
Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
Let's get it.
So this is really exciting because we've been talking about this for a while.
For
Yeah.
months. I think even since like last year when y'all started doing the podcast, I think we tried to work something out like since last year or the year before. I don't know what it was during the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah,
We were trying to work out something.
Yeah.
So this has been like 2 years in the making, 3 years in
Yeah,
the making?
it's been a while.
It's
yeah.
been
And back then we weren't renting this studio. So
Right.
it's like we were trying to figure out like the space, like how would you sit there, all that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
And they were worried about, COVID restrictions and stuff like that, 6 feet,
Mhm.
and all that. But that 6 feet is gone now. Everybody's outside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's outside.
Like
you
I
know?
need more feet from a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see the
All the-
stickers in like the post office and people are just like standing right on the
Listen,
stickers.
that
next
makes
to
me
the
laugh,
stickers.
yeah,
All the
yeah.
coughing effects on the subways that I hear, I count it as like effects as when you do on the track.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, this is the COVID cough effect. You can put that on here. COVID test.
So you got the COVID button, you got the pneumonia cough, you got the
You got the
tuberculosis
cold
cough.
one. You got
Yeah.
the flu cough.
Now
you
you gotta
the,
prep
you got the
people.
sinuses cough. And it's the pollen season. It's crazy there because I was sneezing like 5-6 times. I
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I almost pulled out and got the a COVID test in my pocket. Like, oh no, let me test this thing out. I'm good. Though. I'm good. I'm okay.
Oh my gosh, you have to do
I'm
that.
fine.
You
I
gotta
saw-
prep
I am
people.
good.
Just so
I'm
everyone
fine.
knows.
I'm looking at you
People
right
at
now.
home, it's okay.
I'm fine. I do not have COVID. I am fine. I am healthy. I am strong. Okay.
It's true.
There you
You
go.
gotta let people know. Like when I'm in class, like I have allergies, my voice has been scratchy for months. And even like the
Mhm.
show we just did,
Yes.
I was like singing scratchy. And like when I'm teaching my Pilates classes, I cough and I'm like, I just want you to know, guys, that I may cough. It's my allergies. I'm not sick. I promise.
You gotta do
I
a
have to say that.
Sure.
It's like you gotta do a
Okay.
PSA every time we cough or
Yep.
sneeze. But you know what? If the other person cough and sneeze repeatedly, like if I say bless you, after
So how many times do you think is the limit? Like if you like 2 coughs is like okay,
two
but
coughs
once you
is
get
good.
to 3,
The
it's
third
like,
one, I'm looking at you. I'm ready to go over there with a fishing net and just take you over. And I'm just gonna
So
like, say,
get the fuck
get
off
the
the
hell
screen.
out. Get the hell out.
Yeah.
We don't need you over here. You all your cough. We your Osmosis Jones. You remember that movie?
Wow.
All that stuff, all that
I haven't thought about that
antibodies in
movie
your
in
body.
so long.
Yo, that
Yeah.
movie with Chris Rock was in that movie and Bill Murray, right?
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Was
they
it
were
Bill
in
Murray?
Bill Murray was in,
the
yeah, with
the big dude.
Yeah.
The pill.
Oh, it was
thing.
no.
No, he wasn't there.
No, Bill Murray was actually they were fighting inside Bill Murray's body.
Yeah.
All the antibodies was inside his body.
Yeah, it was actually Bill Murray,
Right,
and then
right.
the cartoon.
The cartoon was Chris Rock and
that's
somebody
a good
else.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
For
I
all
thought
y'all
about
little
that
kids
so
don't know
long.
out there how those movies, Osmosis Jones, that came out like in 01. You know what I'm saying? So
It looked like this.
all these Disney movies, Disney Plus and stuff like that, man, go back to Osmosis Jones. And that's a classic. And Chris Rock is in it. And go support Chris Rock.
Yes, you heard it here first. Go watch that movie from 2002.
Mm.
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in so long.
Mhm.
But all right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the EP though,
Let's
because I
talk
want to
about
talk
it, man.
about. Well, I don't. Do you want to tell the people anything about it before we get into it?
Well, the EP Under No Circumstances out right now on all streaming platforms. It's 5 tracks in total, 4 songs, 1 intro, 4 songs. It is 4 probably some of my best work. It's different from what I heard before. It's a more personal side with me. You know what I mean? I'm not giving you that Uncle Sale stuff, even though the acronym is Under No Circumstance, UNC.
Mhm.
So it's a little play on that. But when I hear that project, y'all be like, oh, okay. So y'all go check it out.
Bro, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
When I was listening to it, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Because
See where I was
literally,
going? Yeah.
no, literally though, because like even from the intro, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, this shit
Yeah.
is like real, like way more personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like after I listened to it, first of all, the production's great.
Thank you,
All
man.
the lyrics are great.
Appreciate
Just huge shout out all around.
Appreciate
But
it.
I remember feeling like after I listened to it, I was like, I feel like I know you better now.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
Appreciate
And
it.
I
Yeah.
really felt that. So it's funny that you said that because if that's what you were trying to do, you
Yeah.
fucking did it.
That's exactly what I was trying to do because I felt like my previous work, I felt like, I don't want to say too much of a gimmick with the Uncle Sell thing because I never gave myself, I tell people all the time, I never gave myself Uncle Sell. My peers, gave me that name.
Mhm.
You know, you earn a nickname for
Mhm.
doing something.
Mhm.
I earned Uncle Cell because I'm the uncle at the party. Everything just acting out, you know?
Mhm.
I didn't want that to be laminated on my name
Mhm.
so much. It is a part of me. I cannot run from it. I embrace it. But I cannot let that define who I am because this is not, Uncle Cell is not my final form or who I was, who I started. The person that, the EP I heard is who I was in the very beginning.
Right.
Okay.
In the very beginning.
So would you say Uncle Cell is like an alter ego?
Kind of like an alter ego.
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely is an alter ego. For Teleport, the Teleport song, which is probably my most popular song, that unofficial birthed Uncle Cell.
Mhm.
And then I have the Dirty 30 song.
There goes my strength in numbers. One time for 30.
You know, I have the Hello song,
Hello, Uncle Cell with the teleport special.
which was my last single last year. That was an Uncle Cell song off the rip. And then I had my personal stuff in between, but it wasn't at the forefront.
Right.
You know, I had the I Got That song.
Got drip, I got that. You like this? I like that.
I had the MAP song.
Roll with Uncle Cell, let me step into your life. The stars are aligned if you step into the light.
Was an uncle. So with a Different World, J&D Rock. Shout out to my brothers. We got the EP out too. That's different. You know, I produced everything in the track, all the songs there, 5 cuts. Go check it out. It's different. That's different. There you go.
Why did you want to do a more personal project this time?
I feel like I wanted to do that because, like Dan said, I don't think people really got to know me personally. And I don't really share my personal business like that. If y'all know me on Instagram or on social media, you notice that I'm not really saying any personal stuff. I'm just promoting C.E.L.Beatz Productions. I'm always wearing the merch. I'm always promoting another project or pop-ups I'm doing or like any show or things I'm doing like that. I felt like I didn't want to show that side because I felt like, you know, in music and then people don't care. I felt like people don't care.
Okay.
That's how I felt. I felt like I had to give singles, like stuff that's catchy. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. But the shift came when life happened. When life happened, who do you have?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who you have by your side?
Right.
Who's going to be there when you like, hey, you can't make your rent, or you can't go out there like that. Your money's short. Times are hard. You know, your job ain't paying. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. When you start thinking stuff like that, is that really time to be Uncle Cell?
Nah, well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's really where you make like actual fans though, and like people who actually like really like, connect with you more. Because it's not like somebody like I said, I just listened to it. I actually know you, but I still felt like I knew you better listening to that. Whereas like somebody that had never met you at all, if they had heard that, they'd be like, oh, like I kind of have an idea of who this is, like as a person.
Right.
Versus like, oh, this is another dude. He just tried to be the next big thing or whatever. Blah 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 blah. Like I feel like that's what gets like that more personal shit is what makes like a real connection between you and your listeners.
Absolutely.
And that's shit that lasts a lot longer than like all the other stuff. It might be fleeting. Like if you're chasing any kind of like trend or whatever, you might put out a video that does really well. Maybe it goes viral. You get like 1 million views. Like how many of those people are actually there for you?
How's it sustainable?
You know what I mean?
Long term.
Like if you do something else, how many people are still going to stick with you?
Right, because you got to make another hot song and then another hot song, another hot hit. But then where's the continuity with your whole body of work? Are you going to be a one-hit wonder? Are you going to be a knockout artist? Or are you going to be a 12-round slugger that can break you down, but give you that work that can nourish your mind and have everlasting music that can last for generations?
Yeah.
And not just like when we're here now, but long after we're gone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you want to leave a legacy with that. And I feel like this EP right here, under no circumstance, I feel like that this is the legacy. This is my what's that word when you at the mountaintop?
Magnum opus?
Magnum opus. Yes.
Yeah.
That shit. Yes. Thank you. That my magnum opus. And I actually started this EP like I think I started the writing process in like January. And I started making the beats probably like in October, November.
Yeah.
Cause I'm always looking to when I make beats.
So last January.
No, this January just passed.
23?
But you had started the beats before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Some of the beats,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. My timeline is weird. Sometimes when I do my production, I don't know how y'all start yours when y'all do your production, when y'all come up with the riffs and come up with the sounds and everything. But for me, I may start a beat from like last summer. I had it sitting there, don't know what to do with it. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing with this beat? Am I going to sell it? Am I going to write to it? And I may go through writer's block, right? We all go through writer's block, and that's the worst feeling. But the way to get out of writer's block is to sit on something, make something, and just don't even write nothing down. Just experience life. Talk it out in your head. Then one day it's just gonna click. It's gonna come all together. You ain't gonna know what hit you. But then you have to do it. That's that light in the bottle where you have to, in that period where you have to work. You have to like get everything out right then and there, that now, because you're gonna lose that. You can't get that feeling again. So that's why I thought
that's really interesting. Because like, well, you as like a solo artist, that's a really interesting perspective. Because I feel like when we do shit, like I might have something and then like Sifa would break my writer's block. You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, do you have anything you could do with this?
Yeah.
She'd be like, what about this? And I'm like, oh, and then we just bounce it off. And then it kind of gets bigger from there.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm like, yeah, so you might just have something and like not even be thinking about it. And then something might just happen to you and you're like, that would be perfect with this beat.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. And then the subject matter. Like my writing process is sometimes I may come up with the hook first and then the lyrics later.
Okay.
You know? And then sometimes I just got to get that first line down. If I get that first line down, all right, what's the next line? Okay, then what's the third line? Then what's the song going to be about? Am I just going to be rapping or am I creating a story?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between rapping on the song or performing on the song and creating a story for a song.
Yeah.
Every song has its own identity. Everything has its jigsaw puzzle, no pun intended. And you have to put it together. That's the quantity. But if you want something real quick, you're rapping. Like we talk about with the hits. If you want like, "Hello" was an easy song to make because I knew what I want that song to be when I made the beat. Teleport, that was easy. I knew what I wanted to make. But did I create a story with it? In some parts, I did.
Yeah.
Because I was telling the story throughout the track and then giving the main idea what the track is about. But to like really craft it and put it in a puzzle, you're creating a trail for yourself. Like when it's small EP, like with this, Under No Circumstance, every song I place in order it's supposed to be in that order, you know? Like the Reflection intro should be there for the first one. Start the show, the next track. Then the U.N.C track. Then My Mind, and then Deserted, how it ends like that. Everything is sequenced in the exact same way it's supposed to be. If anything out of that order in them songs, the project won't be as good as it was. Sequencing is ultra important.
Absolutely.
Well, you said you're more like personal on this album. So like, what would you say? It's more like rapping or telling a story, like it personally?
It's definitely a combination of both because I would say the U.N.C track, the lead single, is the rapping one, but it also tells a story because it's like a project that has I'm old school, so I believe in lead single and drop the project. Because you're setting the tone for what's to come.
Right.
Give them a sample. So with U.N.C, I had to come in hot. Like, I had to come in rapping. You know? Like, I had to say, it's Rich Rising, top of the morning, start of the evening, the end of the night. This is the show that you all have been waiting for, enter the darkness, into the light. So like, them 4 bars right there, okay, I'm drawn in. You know, I'm drawn in. So I have to, and I did as practice for my show on June 8th, by the way. I had to make sure I get that out how it sounded on a nice mouth. June 8th, we got a show. There you go. You know, Big Fist Entertainment. We got Nah Really. We got Tokyo Pro. We got C.E.L.Beatz. We got other artists. Come out June 8th, 8:30 p.m. Ticket links is going to be right here.
Where's it
somewhere.
at?
It's going to be in Secret Pour. The show we supposed to be at the show last year.
That's on Broadway, right?
Broadway, 114.
Broadway in
DeKalb.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. Hop on the J train. If you got an Uber, use your discount. They're doing discounts this month. Get to the Uber. If you're in the Brooklyn area, it's in the Bushwick area in Brooklyn. So make sure you use your discount code. We're not sponsored by Uber, by the way. I'm sorry. Or Lyft or anybody. Yet, but we will. So make sure you use that discount that you got in your app because I don't got it because I can't give it to you. All right? But
you know the one.
You know the one. June 8th. Make sure y'all pop up. Pull up. There you go.
All right.
Yeah. That this podcasting thing. I didn't lose it.
You're on it, bro.
I didn't lose it because I didn't lose it at all. But like, you know, but yeah, man. So like I felt like with the U.N.C track, just rapping that out and then just have a statement chorus, a hook to gravitate people. Make it catchy, but make it personal too. You know what I'm saying? My anger, United, Detractors. I like it. Yeah. So I put a little older tone in there to make it a little no 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 from the winter to the summer. So it's like it's telling a story about rapping, but making it in a melodic tone to like you can enjoy it, but you can actually dissect it too.
That's something I really liked about the EP because there was a lot of melody.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And like there's just well, I always compliment your production, like every time I see you, but there's so
Appreciate
many
it, man.
layers to it. And I, like me as a producer, I try to like, when I'm listening to it, I try to like unpack all the layers.
Yeah.
And sometimes I listen to it, I'm like, there's just so many layers in here.
Yes,
And I'm
it's-
like trying to figure out everything. I'm like, oh, that's why it is
Yeah.
just like the little key, like in the
Yeah.
background, just like,
Yeah.
you know, the strings that like aren't going to stand out as the first thing.
Right, it's in the background.
But then when you really listen to it, you're like, oh, this is why it sounds so good.
Exactly. And I wanted to make that a forefront with my production, because this production, it still has some of the signature C.E.L.L.Beatz sound, but it's kind of like evolved. It sounds like it's some personal beats.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was made for me.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I love that about it. I love the intro, like the beat and the intro. I love how inspirational
Yeah.
it is, because you're
Appreciate
telling
it.
people that, you know, you had to like pretty much pick yourself up after things happen to you and like get back out there. Like that makes a deeper connection with your audience,
Yes.
you know? So that's like the coolest thing. And it's like a really thoughtful beat. Like you can
Yeah.
tell that it's a self-reflective beat, and
Yes.
like not many producers are able to really do that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Emote that
Yeah.
on instruments,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And especially like a rap beat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Usually rap beat is just for, you know, boasting or something like that. And then when you
808s,
like,
hard kick,
you know,
drum, you know.
and it draws you in. Like what it did for me is like I press play and I'm listening to you talk and stuff, and I'm looking at the track list, and I just knew from there that
Mhm.
that's the kind of project that it was going to be.
Yeah.
I actually thought when I looked at it, I thought that was a dedication to like one of your uncles, but then I forgot. I was like, oh wait, Uncle
Yeah.
Sal.
Yeah. It was like it's the acronym. So
Yeah.
that's actually the Easter egg right here. That's actually the title track to Under No Circumstance.
Yeah.
So that song really is Under No Circumstance.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's Unc, but I didn't want to put a double up. I didn't want to make it like okay, the track, the EP cover is Under No Circumstance. It's highlighted in blue U.N.C. already.
Right.
So I didn't want to double it up. I wanted to have the single Unc as its own,
Mhm.
but it's really Under No Circumstance. But
Yeah.
I just put the, you know, I love acronyms. My name is an acronym. C.E.L.L.
Yeah.
is an acronym. You know, I don't know if y'all knew that, but C.E.L.L. is
Tell
an
the
acronym.
people.
So,
What does C.E.L.L. mean, C.E.L.Beatz?
Sifa and Dan, Sight After Dark. I'm gonna take you out to the light right now. You, camera number 1. I'm gonna tell you, C.E.L.L., creator, evolver, life learner. I feel like we all create, we all evolve, and we all learn things in life, right?
Hopefully.
We are made up. Well,
I actually don't need to
hopefully.
be taught anything. I
Well,
actually know it all.
yeah, hopefully. But I say that because we are made up of cells.
Yeah.
We're made up of cells. We are cells, a living organism. We're living beings. We're made up of cells, literally millions of cells make up one. I'm just one cell out of the Benny. We are our cell. We are all cell. You know, we are all cell.
Mhm.
We all create, we all evolve, we all learn things in life, hopefully. But that's a big disclaimer right there, because a lot of people don't listen. They're hard-headed, you know?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
CERN,
That's a whole other
leave
thing.
this man alone, CERN,
Leave
okay?
this, man. Yeah, please, because I evolve and I learn things in life
Don't mess with his cells.
and I create. Okay, but that's how the acronym is, because I love acronyms. Ever since I was a kid, I love acronyms. You know what I'm saying? So like, I make sure that I want to implement every single personal thing. Like, it's personal. I want to make these personal things so I just make sure with the reflection intro, that was actually the last song to be done. I did the intro last.
That's good.
I needed something to start the project. I was gonna have start the show the show as that was an easy one, but I said, nah, I gotta make this personal. It's personal enough, but because if you know this, the way it's sequenced, the way I say it, start the show with the beat switch in there
Mhm.
in the second half. I was on my other boys' podcast on Venture Clown. Shout out to Venture Clown podcast. I was on there a couple weeks ago. They was telling me that, like, they were saying that start the show reminded me like the C.E.L.L.Beatz that from the past, and then it slowly evolved into a personal one.
Right.
It gradually happened, but it was only it's 5 tracks, 4 songs.
Mhm.
But I needed to get that out there because I didn't want to drag it out.
That
I
is a
want-
big switch up in that song and that beat.
Big switch up, and I never did that. But I never did that before in any of my songs.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do it. Kendrick Lamar is notorious for it. Drake's notorious for it. They do them beat switches in the songs. Hit Boy does it when he does his productions for Nas and for Big Sean and them.
Okay.
I always want to do a beat switch in the middle of it. I never did that. So there were some things in this project that I never tried before.
Mhm.
All these I've melodized and harmonized before, but like, you know, with the my mind tract, you know what I'm saying? The stress is building on my mind. You know, like that, like little stuff like that. I want to like think I like singing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I like humming.
Bro, it
Right.
sounds really good. Like I'm
Really
telling
does.
you, like it feels like a step up. Like not
Appreciate it.
obviously all the other stuff I liked it,
Yeah.
but like this feels different.
This one
it
feels
really
di-
feels
I
different.
really appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I really appreciate that because and there's still stuff on this project that I felt like I could have done better. That I could have hit better. I could have sounded better. Sonically, this, that, but
All
it
that
will
means is that
it will
you
never
care.
it will never come out if that's the
Yeah.
case.
All that means is that you really care.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be something, especially if you're the one produced. Like, it's one
Yeah.
thing if you're just the performer and then
Yeah.
you don't really know much of the production. You're
Right.
just like, oh, this sounds good. But you're the one that you're doing
Yeah.
all the mixing, all the dials,
I had
everything. So
to-
you always know, oh, well, this
Yeah.
could have, I could have put this a little more to the left here. I could have done the
I
EQ
could have
like this.
panned
Blah, blah,
this.
blah.
I could have took that
Always.
low end off. I could have cut off 20
Mhm.
hertz on that. And me and my engineer, because my engineer did my vocals, right? And I recorded some tracks at home, and I went to the my engineer's studio, and then he did the mixing and the master, and then I just told him like, take that, and then like I said, let me go home and do this. Let me go back here and do that. But I had to put this out on May 12th. I had to put this out, and that's critical because May 12th was my birthday.
Okay. Oh, Taurus season.
Taurus season, Taurus gang, Dan. What's up with it? We
What's
here.
up, bro?
Yeah, what's up with it? What's your sign again?
Cancer.
Oh God. Oh, so
I
you're
know.
so
Cancer have horns.
No, it's a crab.
there's a crab.
Oh, you got something though.
That's why I'm wearing red.
The bull.
I guess.
But we're calm nature people. I should have wore green for the earth. 'Cause we're earth.
Yo, you know what's
Earth
funny? I always shout you out for this like every time I see you. Out of
Uh-huh.
every independent artist I've ever met, I've never met anyone with the merch game better than you.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Like not even close. And like I texted C for this. I was like, man, I wonder what he's gonna be wearing. I wonder what kind of C.E.L.Beatz shit he's gonna be
yeah,
wearing.
I was like, I had my Jordan 1, my Jordan 4 Thunders that came out a couple weeks ago. It came day after my birthday, so I just copped these. I had this come in a couple weeks ago. I was gonna save for this and the bucket hat. You know what I mean? I was like, do I do a track? I did a tracksuit last podcast on my friend podcast. I'm coming in with the bucket hat. Come with the bucket hat, man. A little bit of Uncle Sarah, a little bit of Damien, a little bit of C.E.L.Beatz, a little
Oh,
something
yeah.
like
There
that.
it is.
What
Come
other
on.
kind of merch do you have?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Sifa,
Please
because y'all just give me alley-oops on this podcast, man. Oh, y'all about to get it. Ooh. So we have tracksuits, we have t-shirts. It's summertime now. So we got t-shirts out. I got my summer inventory out right now. We got the shorts coming, the mesh shorts. We got women's shorts, we got women's tanks, we got men's tanks, unisex, hoodies, crop top tanks, crop top hoodies. We got bucket hats, distressed dad hats, regular dad hats, snapbacks, beanies. We have sweatsuits. We have everything across the board. We got custom made stuff. If you want something custom, we got the jackets coming out this fall. I've been wearing the University Varsity Leatherman jackets. So this fall, I'm gonna have a whole
That's hot.
fall collection on that thing. So if you see me wear stuff, I'll wear stuff sometimes a year before to see what the reaction is. And then I kind of like, okay, I know what to get. I wear get the black and white with the little thing on that, a little hidden red of that. That's the safe color. Then let's try a little blue. Let's try a little green.
So it's
with
almost
white.
like you're doing market analysis just by walking around.
Walking around
Oh,
and I
yeah.
go different places. I network. Y'all know I do a lot of pop-ups with the
Yeah,
brand
yeah.
because the music, I start with the music and then I'll dive into the merch. I just feel like, you never know what stuff's going to take you because whenever I do something, I try to stick to it. So I was focused all on music. Then when the merch came, like I never intended this to be a merch line or a brand line or apparel. I never intended to do this. Never thought of it. I was all straight on music. But then I saw another avenue in it. I was like, because people motivated me to do it because they liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So when me and my graphic designer, who's one of my closest friends, shout out to Quinn Studios. Go Quinn Studios to get your graphic designs and anything like that. She's the one that created this logo and then the eye
Nice.
exam logo. And the eye exam logo is starting to become probably the popular one.
I was
seeing
gonna
that.
say that is
The
my
eye exam is the
favorite
one. It started off with the main logo. This is my baby. But the eye exam logo is the one that really took off everything
Mhm.
for me. Because I went to the eye doctor many times when I was young. I wear glasses. So that's
Do
all
you?
I saw. Yeah, I wear glasses. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I do wear glasses. If y'all see my pictures on IG, because I look good without my glasses on. That's why I take pictures of it. But with my glasses on, sophisticated look, you know what I'm saying? I get played too with that too. So, hey, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I just wanted to create something that's personal.
Mm-hmm.
with that line. So the personal, so this is a
Keyword.
Personal.
Word of the day.
Word of the day is personal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should do that for more podcast. Word of the day.
That'd be
word of
so
the day.
cool. I had a
Mr.
principal
Rogers'
that did
Neighborhood
that
or
in
some
high
Blue
school.
Clues. What's the thing of the day? You know what I mean? But I say that because with the merch, I started off with the merch in 2017. Just like from a manufacturer, I just got a couple t-shirts to wear to different shows to just people know who I am. So I just work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, "Hey, that's a nice hoodie. That's a nice logo. That's you. C.E.L.Beatz. Oh, you got your name on that? You got that in gold, black and gold. You got that in pink. You got that in the hat. I can see if my manufacturer. Do you have this in that color? I say, yeah. Then it starts. Do you have that in a long sleeve? Do you have that in a crop top? Do you have that in a sweater? Do you have in a sweater? Do you have that in the? Do you have a website? No, I don't. Then I made a website.
Right.
Then the pop-up shops. Nobody knew. Pop-ups been around, but pop-ups haven't been ever since the pandemic started. That's when pop-ups has really been popping up because people lost their jobs. People started their own businesses, small businesses, especially after the George Floyd thing that happened. I think a lot of people was starting off their businesses, just doing things on the side. And then that's when I started in 2020 doing pop-ups outside in Prospect Park. And then I made a couple $100 that day.
That's cool.
I was like, whoa.
Maybe I should keep doing these.
Whoa, slow down, buddy. I don't got to work that 35, 40-hour work week and then do this.
Well, it's cool. I feel like what we're talking about here is almost a similar thing with the music. It's because you said you did it at first for you.
For me.
Because you liked it, right?
Yeah.
And then people connected with that. Because if you start it, it's always got to be with what you like as an art. As an artist, it's got to be real with you first.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you made your logo based on, maybe somebody else might like this, it's not going to be your the same thing with we drew our logo because Sifa drew it, but we came up with the logo.
That's I love it. And I still got my shirt I wear all the time.
Right, but we came up with that because we're we think this is great and we think this symbolizes what we are.
Yes.
And then we put that out. We made sure it's people are oh, this is really sick.
Yes.
But we didn't make it for people to tell us that it was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want to personalize to see what people identify with you. You know what I mean? Because if you make something for others, that person may like it, but that other person may not like it. That person may like it too, but two of them may not like it.
And the person that does like it, how do you even know that they would really be a fan of you?
Right. They could just be saying that it's oh, I like it for me. Yeah. But if you put something personal and relate and they can connect with it, you know what I mean? Or people can connect with it at a sample size, then you got them. The eye exam logo. He said, that's an eye chart from the eye doctor. I'm like, yeah, it says C.E.L.Beatz. Oh, it says C.E.L.Beatz, but yeah, and this is the main logo, this is that. And then they immediately intrigued. When I go walk down the street, people just still say, oh, that's a very cool shot. I like that.
I get compliments on it all the time. My
Appreciate
yellow
it.
one, yeah. And I wear it for reaction videos and people comment
I saw
on it in the
I saw that. And thank y'all. Y'all go hard from the merch. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all got more merch dropping?
We'll talk offline. We don't want to.
Okay.
We don't want to give anything away.
So, camera number one. What I just said right now, you will not be hearing that on this live thing. Okay, this will be off camera. This is exclusive.
No. It's a teaser. There's
It's a
something,
teaser.
but you don't know what it is yet.
Okay. You don't know. And you're not gonna know because it's not gonna be aired live for y'all to see it until Sight After Dark, Dan and Sifa announces it. Whatever it is. Okay,
That's right.
That's it. Right.
But you know why we wear your shit, right?
Appreciate it.
Because it's good.
Because it's cool.
That's
appreciate it.
If
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't good, we're not going to wear it. No offense. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. And I'm the same way, but I like to support everybody that I can, man. Anyone that got anything, any where you have you sell body products or where you sell if you sell bakery, food, apparel, and apparel, I'm going to be biased towards because I do apparel. So any apparel vendor that go to pop-ups, I may talk to them a little longer. You pick up game.
Right.
I give them game. They give me some game. You know what I mean?
That's
how we do it. Because naturally, if y'all do the same thing, if you have a natural product line with what kind of natural products do you use? How do you do or candles? Candles is big in pop-up
Oh, yeah.
That's very big. You should see me now. I'm into candles now.
They're
I'm
fun
into
to make.
candles.
I'm a candle guy now.
I'm a candle guy now. I never would have thought about doing candles, but I like the way it smells. I like the way the light thing on my room. I could do this. I could play some music here. I could set a vibe. It's different. It puts you in a zen.
For sure.
And a zen. So, but I say that you learn from a lot of people when you do pop-ups, man. So when people see you do music, right? It's the pop-up life. they see the pop up, but they say I do music too. And then I give them the Spotify, I give them the Apple Music, the IG, you know, and I got all the stickers, you know, keychains, fridge magnets, business cards. I got the electronic business card. You know what I'm saying? What I just did too. So the logo the cover art for I cropped it out. You know how DistroKid has that, like, you know, the different promo packages where you can put. So I took that and I put on CapCut. I just put my IG there and then said C.E.L.L.Beatz on all platforms. You know, I stickers, put on Sticker Mule, snap them on there. So when I'm giving somebody the pop up, all my information is there. Not only my merch apparel, my website there, that my music is right there attached with it in their bag.
Right.
I personalize everything, market everything, because you never know who's watching, who's paying attention, who's listening to your music, who is paying attention to your brand. People will not like your stuff until they see it grow, which I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. I'm like, don't you want to be there when you know it wasn't from right here to where it is?
Yeah. People will also watch your stuff and copy it.
Yes.
And like, you know, and treat it like it's not going to grow too. You never know
what
you
their
know,
intentions are.
Yeah.
You know?
The audience can be fickle or loyal, just depending on like what you throw out there.
Yeah.
It
And
just
then
depends.
and then what people like to do too sometimes, like if something is really good, they won't tell you. They just ask you how you did that. They'd be like, oh, how you did that? Oh, what thing did you use? Who did you talk to? Where did you go? What was the fabric on this? Or how did you sound like that? How did you get to look like that? You know, like when you start asking questions, I start getting, you know, you like the popo, you like the police. You ask too many questions. You know, you on the cover.
What's up with the interrogation?
Yeah, what's up with that? What? I can't help you. You gotta go to Google. That's how I did.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't confirm. I don't remember. I never remember. And I do remember. So that I don't remember. Yeah, that's it. That's why I start making up stuff to confuse them to get off my case.
Listen.
Yo, that might be the title of the podcast. I do remember that I don't remember.
I do remember that I don't remember.
C.E.L.Beatz. That's funny.
And that's for camera number 1.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I want to ask you though, because I said this earlier, out of all the producers that I've met personally, I think that you're the best one, 100%. But so I wanted to ask you, like, how did you originally get into production? Like, what did you start out with? Like, what made you want to make beats? You know, like that whole side of things.
First of all, man, you too kind, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, man. And I feel okay. So when I started making these beats, man, I thought I was the greatest thing since not sliced bread, since like sliced cheddar cheese. You know, I like sharp cheddar cheese. That's why I don't know why this went to like slice of pizza. I'm sorry, slice of pizza. I was trying to get the joke out, but the joke came out.
Just bread. Period.
Just bread.
Yeah.
You know, Parmesan, truffle, Salt Bay. No, but so like So when I started making beats, like I was like, okay, it's like around 2010, right? FO Studio. I got the free one, the Soulja Boy one.
Yes.
You know, I cracked that thing. I ain't paid $300, $400. That was 2010. So you can't do statute of limitations on me because I cracked that.
Yo,
thing.
That's so funny. That's how I started the same way, bro.
Yeah.
With FL Studio, you know.
Yeah. We did what we did, but I paid for my stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
In 2023, you can't charge me. But
me too.
Yeah. Us, you can't. You know, we're a business. But so I started off with that. Then I just started playing with stuff because I was rapping on instrumentals, on hip hop instrumentals like Wu-Tang beats.
So you were rapping beats. First?
I was rapping first.
Okay,
I was definitely rapping first because I started doing poetry.
Why? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, why'd you start rapping? You were already like thinking of.
I was thinking that like when I was like 15, 16. Sophomore year in high school, I used to write stuff. I had like I said, the personal stuff coming out. I was depressed. I was going through a depression stage, and I was always sitting by the teacher's chair. I didn't sit with the class. That was sophomore year. That was 05. Dating myself, but that was 05. So I have books. I still have those books to this day. And maybe all the composition books, the black and white composition books. I had them every page, and once a year, I'll go back and I'll look at them and just read what I used to write. And I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. And I say terrible because I can't say terrible for me.
It's relative.
It's relative because that was me at 15 and 16. Right. I wasn't sharp or seasoned at all. I was just writing my emotions. So I didn't know what a bar count was. I didn't know what a cadence was. I didn't know what flow delivery was. I was just writing. And then over time, I developed that, and I just loved hip hop. I loved the instrumentals, the Jay-Z, the Tupacs, the Biggies, the Eminems, the Snoops. I was just listening and rapping. And then after a while, when I got to college, I was just tired of rapping on instrumentals. I said, I got to rap on original beats because these are not my beats.
Right.
So what did I do? I just, like I said, go to FO Studio, and I thought it was good. It wasn't. 13 years later, it wasn't at all. It wasn't.
Got to start somewhere.
So I got to start somewhere.
Right.
I had to press that C major. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what C major was. I didn't know what I didn't know a triad chord progression. What a chord progression. I didn't know the 1-3-5 progression. I didn't know none of that. I was just playing stuff. But that actually worked to my advantage because I'm a mad scientist when it comes to beats. Like I'm not you use music theory to create. I think we talked about this too about the music theory. If you start off with a C major chord, you see what works with the C. That chord is set the progression. You work up the ladder. You work back. The 2-1, the 2-1 chord progression, or the 1
like the 1-4-5
chord
Yeah.
progression. You from wherever you start, from E major, G sharp, the diminished, which is B. You know what I mean? Like you start, which is a darker tone type of thing. The brighter ones are like more like the C's, the C majors, and the and the F's and all that stuff, like in the major key scale. But I didn't know all that when I was making beats coming up. So then I switched to Reason. Reason is another DAW.
I know that one.
That one is probably the most complicated one I've ever used.
Oh, really?
But I was making some of my best shit during that time, but it still wasn't that good. It was a hit or miss.
Right.
There was some that like, oh, okay. The others was like, oh, okay. It's not going well.
As long as you're making that,
keep
as long as there's
moving.
some progress, it doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah.
But if you're doing some progress, you're just consistent.
Some is better.
Consistency is really the key.
I
Which one
would
is
say
the bad?
you're like manifesting your name now that we know what it means.
Yeah.
Because it's like creator, evolver, life learner.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you had no idea about chords.
No.
Like, you had no idea about merch
No.
and stuff like that. And now it's just like, on this new project, it just seems like you're manifesting your name without even like hyper focusing on manifesting your name,
Oh,
which
that
is
makes
like
sense.
so cool.
That
Like,
was-
because I'm just listening to you talk about like the past now into the present.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking about the project and then your name with it. I'm just like, whoa, like you're actually becoming
Yeah.
C.E.L.Beatz. Like,
Yes.
and everything is
Wow.
like the machine now, like the C.E.L.Beatz machine.
Wow. That was
It's crazy.
That was a great. You wrapped that up in a nice tight little bow. What is
I'll
there
be
left
here
to
all
say?
week. No,
What is there left to say?
no
Sifa
like,
said everything.
that's
Dan
so cool
confirmed it.
though. Yeah, because you could see it like moving, like you just become like you're like on a wave.
Yes.
And it's just like
yes.
everything that you're mentioning is just like all you, and it's just great.
It's a great feeling to have. You know what I mean? And I feel like you don't really know until you actually live it. You have to live life to actually know if you evolved or anything like that. But you don't think about it at the same time. You look at your body of work after the accumulation. It's kind of like after I release a single, you just want to do another single. You just want to do. We just going. What's next? Like with this EP, I let it marinate, and then I'm going right back into it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I want people to like, no, freeze frame that, snap, freeze frame that.
Yeah.
Don't forget about
Right.
this right now. I'm working on something. Got drop some thing later this year, but freeze frame this U.N.C project because this is a special project. Normally, sometimes like us as artists, we just drop the project on the day of, and then maybe the next few days, and then we stop. Keep promoting your project every single chance you get.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a year from now. I don't care if it's 2 years from now. Listen, there's these major artists, they promote songs for a year straight, 2 years straight, still doing numbers. You know what I'm saying? Adele's still doing straight numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's projects that's come out 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, still come out. Keep it because it's always going to be new to somebody else every day.
Right.
It's never, it's new, it's old to you because you released it at a certain date, but music is forever. Somebody gets born every day. You don't know who's going to listen to that. When they get older, you got to introduce. You got to be seen. That's why networking is important. And going with different artists and going to these shows and doing pop-ups and just show your face.
Yeah.
Talk to people. People like to hide behind the keyboard a little bit too much. Everybody like to be internet warriors too
Isn't
much.
that true?
I know y'all get it too, right?
Oh yeah.
That should be fun. Do y'all do reaction videos when y'all just like read the comments and see what they?
Yeah.
I try to not read them too much anymore. We've gone through cycles. When we first started, it was like reply to every single comment, and then it's like, you know what? Not every comment
Like,
deserves a
screw you,
reply.
screw
Yeah.
you, screw you, screw you.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
Well, I would say
You're nobody.
the majority were good, but
That's
then like
the majority.
10% would be like, and especially because the kind of people that sit and write internet comments, it's like we're smarter than those people.
Yeah.
No offense. So it's like I easily could be like, ooh, I could just fuck you up on this
Yeah.
comment right now.
'Cause-
But then it's like I don't want to use my energy towards that. I'd rather be doing something towards positive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you look at your profile on the YouTube subscriber, you only got like 10 subscribers, you only got 2 videos. And on your Instagram, you only got like 50 followers and you're following 2,000 people. You're lonely. You know what I'm saying? You're lonely. You have nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
You want to make somebody's
Bro.
life a living hell, and you are no matter to anybody right now because you're just talking to be heard. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you self-destruct on yourself
That's
because you're
so
on that
funny.
path.
I can't
Exactly.
believe you said
Self-destruct.
that.
So that's on you. I'm not going to give you my wasted time. God bless you. Thanks for giving me the view. Thanks for giving me the like. Thanks for the dono.
Yeah, I like responding like that. Thanks for the view. And then sometimes I try to bone
Thanks
up
for the
like
dono.
my rap battle skills, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, what can I say that's really snarky and really catchy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like I feel like that's fun, but then after a while, it's just like, okay,
It's like why?
Right.
why? Yes.
Yeah,
Because you know
Why?
what? You think you're hurting me by saying that. You're not. You're giving me a view. You're giving me, you're adding to my watch time.
Yeah,
You're
that's-
adding to
that's
my
the
comment to the
funniest thing.
algorithm monetization. So so whatever you saying right now, whatever you are saying right now, and this goes to my haters too, whatever you are saying right now to me, you're not hurting me.
It
You're not
helps.
hurting Sight After Dark. You're not hurting anybody that you that you look up to or whatever.
You're really
But
hitting the nail on the head.
You if someone say something to you, say that. Say it. Mean that. But stand on that because you know what? You will never say it to my face. And if you do, we're just going to address it right then and there. Not violence. We're just going to address it. We'll have a
We'll
talk
have a nice
about it.
conversation.
We have a nice conversation about it as to why I'm unbothered. You know, because you want to bother me or you want to bother C4 Dan or Sight After Dark, but it doesn't work like that because in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, we're human. We see some stuff, we're gonna be like, oh damn, that sucks. Why did they say that for? You know, why did they say that for? And then their life is probably as miserable.
That's really the thing, and it's like I don't want to react with anger
No.
towards that because at the end of the day, I just kind of feel sad for them.
Yeah, because
I'm like anyone that's doing that on some shit that you're creating, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're clearly not creating anything.
right, you're not.
You know what I mean?
Somebody doesn't love you. And you just want to be loved.
It's
You just want attention. You just want someone to hear you out. You're crying for help. And if that's the way to cry for it, then, you know, each his own. But
Yeah.
I always say that, you know, under no circumstance will I let anyone deter me from my goal
Mhm.
or where I gotta go. So if you in the road, you just in my way, just get out of my way. Get out of my way, and that's it. You know what I mean? I wish you
I
nothing
feel
but the
like-
best. I love you. I love all my haters. I love all my supporters. I love everybody the same. I'm just not gonna give you the energy.
Yeah.
I say that now to their face, but behind the doors, man, I get my Mike Tyson gloves and I just start hitting that punching bag.
Well, I feel like that's just a sign that you're doing something right, though. If that shit is happening, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
If you're
yes.
not doing shit, like if you're not putting things out, nobody's gonna be coming to you saying anything. Like,
Yeah.
I remember this is one of the funny. We get this decent amount on podcasts.
Yeah.
We'll put out a clip talking about whatever, something in music,
Mhm.
and somebody will be like, "Why would I listen to this?" And we like, "We didn't tell you to listen to this.
Right.
Right.
You came to
You
us.
came to us.
Like, what do you
How you
mean?
gonna say, why am I listening to this? Ask yourself that question. Why did I click and I listen to this?
Yeah.
Because you chose
That
to.
always makes me laugh. I'm like,
You know?
I did
I
I
didn't
reach
say-
out to
I
you
did not
and
reach out
say,
to you to
what
say,
do you
listen.
think about my podcast? I
Exactly.
did not say that.
Exactly.
You came to the podcast and said, I don't like it. Okay, so
And-
bye.
Exactly mundo. So now we gotta get in your, you know, we gotta get in your tail a little bit. You know what I mean? You gotta discipline them a little bit. You know what I mean? But also like another quick nugget on this project on Under No Circumstance, which is out now on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube Music, Deezer, whatever, Pandora, Tidal, everything. If you go press your thing, what's that thing when they call? What's that? Damn. What's that when you play the song and then it comes up?
Shazam.
Shazam. It's on Shazam. I checked my DistroKid like this morning. I think it's on there. Yeah, you should find it. It's there. It's there. Under No Circumstance. C.E.L.L. Make sure you get it. And we'll have some music videos coming soon. Anyway, but on this project, if y'all noticed, I did not curse on this project.
Wow.
I didn't think about it.
I didn't.
The
think about
only
it
thing
either.
I said was hell.
Oh.
And even that is debatable.
How could you?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't realize, and that wasn't my intent, but part of the personal thing again, that your words talk without using assistance from vulgarity,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, or profanity. Because I'm a notorious cursor off camera. I'm trying to do better on camera or on audio.
Same.
Trying to be a better better person and not curse much in my records. And also for monetization reasons.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So I don't have to edit out the bleep. I could just clean verse. I could Will Smith record all day. You know, I could just do the Will Smith for the rest of my life. You know,
he doesn't have to curse in his raps to sell records.
Well, I do. So you too. Love Eminem, love Will Smith. You know, didn't like what you did, Will. We supported Chris Rock earlier on Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but also shout out to Chris Rock.
Yeah, but also once again, shout out to Chris Rock.
That's
you know,
right. We keep it Brooklyn.
You know,
keep it New York.
Just keep the hits coming.
Yeah, 100%. But no, it was funny. So I also want to say, like, I don't know if you want to give anything away, but like, so you got the project out, and then
Yes.
you got to take a moment to reflect sometimes.
Yes,
Because like you were saying, like you can be, especially, well, I feel like New York City is like known for this, but you can just be on that rat race of just you got to do something every single day. You can't stop.
You can't stop.
It is really important to reflect sometimes. Because even like, I mean, I listened to like our latest EP, and then I listened to like the one we put out before that, and I'm just like, this is so much better.
Yeah.
Even though there is things I'm like, oh, well, we could have done this a
Yeah.
little better in the song or whatever, it's still a huge step up than the last thing.
Right.
And when you do that, you give your audience a chance to like really hone down on that instead of not like, oh, okay, well, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? It's like, this is the thing right now. Focus on that.
Focus on that.
So I want to ask, like, do you, or if you want to give anything away, like, do you have plans for what your next move is, or are you thinking about that yet, or you're still just kind of like?
I have a couple of things that I do want to accomplish. I do want to. I'm starting work on Cinematic Eardrum 2, Volume 2, the compilation project. I remember Volume 1 came out during the pandemic year, 2020. That's my goal, my next goal with the compilation of different artists. But that is very time consuming, and that is hard as hell. I did that in the middle of the pandemic. I don't know how you got that to go. And I just remembered like going back with different artists in the studio, and then doing my edits and doing my mixing, and then set up my engineer, set up studio time, stuff like that. It's you know, but I love that body of work, but I know I can make Cinematic Volume 2 even better. Even better, because I got so much better. I met so much different dope artists, you know what I'm saying? I would even love to get y'all on it. You know what I mean? We've been talking
100%.
about
Yeah.
We get something different on, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, like Dan always say, get that electronic guitar on there. When Dan does this, and he start thing on that, and then Sifa just start, you know, it out in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, when I get pumped up on the Side After Dark show, if y'all never been to a Side After Dark show, I'm gonna big y'all up. If y'all never been to a Side After Dark show, y'all did an amazing job at the Triad Theater on May 6th. Y'all did a wonderful, fantastic job. Every time y'all perform, I do a great job. But like y'all synergy and energy and how y'all just, you know, mix and blend like a yin and a yang, it is great. You can tell that y'all generally enjoy and love performing with each other, and how y'all bonded that inspired word. Shout out to Mike Geffner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I love that, and it's like not my normal like genre to listen to, but I love when y'all perform. I love that shit. You know what I mean? When y'all play, I love when y'all perform. I just watch y'all perform, and I'm like, I like number 3, I like number 2, but the riff you did here, and then like that, it's a very like, you're in tune. There's a reason why, you know, you tune into Side After Dark. Y'all earned that Triad Theater. I wanted to personally tell y'all that y'all did a fantastic job that night, and y'all gonna have many, many, many more opportunities because y'all deserve it. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are dope, and y'all do a lot. Y'all work y'all ass off. Y'all do the podcast. Y'all do the performances. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all got regular 9-to-5s or whatnot. Or y'all hustle. Y'all do y'all thing. So it's not easy. Life of an artist, life as an entrepreneur, life as a creator, evolver, and life learner.
Yeah.
You know, because we all are.
Yeah.
We are all Cell.
Well, at least all of us for sure.
Yes, we are. We all are. You know, so yeah, man.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. That means a lot.
No problem. I wanted time to big y'all up because like. I've been watching y'all for years, and we met that Inspired Word, right?
Oh, yeah.
We met everybody at Inspired Word.
Yeah.
It definitely was that Inspired Word, and I just feel like, you know, when you watch different artists perform, you see how you think that there's stuff that you're good at, and then when you see other people perform, like you're not ready because of how they do it. Because I be feeling like that's like, oh, I'm not ready for this part where I have to work on this. I got to work on that. Because nobody's perfect when they perform.
And is that part of the evolution?
Yes.
Of C.E.L.Beatz? Because I remember first seeing you on stage, and I was locked in already. I was like, okay, well, this is somebody that you pay attention to.
Right.
Like you told us about the merch, you told us about you making the beats and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, well, he's dedicated. He's not just going to come on here and then just spend like years and years just here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I saw you going far. what kind of artist do you want to be? Like, if you see yourself like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the artist that blah blah blah.
I want to be that artist that connects to everybody in a way where it's like he's human, just like me. He breathes just like me. He does certain things like me, just like me. He's not somebody that like unreachable.
Okay.
You cannot be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone's their own, but like I want to be that artist that now is like, I could be funny, I could be serious, I could talk to you, we can kick it, we can play hoop, we play games, we can go out to eat, we can do this, and I can show you a good time, but I can show you there's a time and place for everything. There's a lot of artists that don't have that time and place for everything. There's just one thing they're doing. If you just go that, I'm not singling nobody out, but I'm not singling nobody out. Camera number one, I'm not singling everybody out. But when you hear drill music, right, it's one wave. It's just one wave. Not everybody want to be on that type of time at that moment every time. You know? Everybody don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, like that all the time, and I can't hear what you're saying. At that, I gotta keep going. And the track is only 1 minute 40 seconds long. Now, gone are the days of the 4-minute tracks, 3-minute tracks with good quality music. I'm not saying that all drill, because there's some drill I love. I love some drill music. Pop Smoke made great drill music. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. 5 Year Foreign, he makes some dope drill records. You know, 5 Year's great. You know, and then he's diverse in that he ain't just sticking to drill. His drill elements and how he's evolving. You can use elements of other parts of music, but if you're just one wave, you just stuck as that one artist and you're not growing with your audience, because that young crowd, they ain't gonna grow with you and do all that same thing at 25, 30, 100%. 35. Look at Jay-Z can still tour. Nas still selling out Madison Square Garden. Arenas. Wu-Tang is for the children. And Wu-Tang is still moving out all 10,000 of them, doing festivals thing all year. You know what I'm saying? Like Busta Rhymes is doing that too. You can still perform Put Your Hands on My Eyes and see 25 years strong.
Anything he puts on.
Anything he put out.
Anything.
The Chris Brown feature verse, like, do it, I gotta do it, I can't even do the damn verse. But like, it's
well, this is like exactly what we were talking about like at the start. It's like, because if you're doing something that's real to you, then that's gonna be real to you no matter what time it is, how many years it's been.
Yeah.
Where if you're making a song like, oh, I wanna make a song to sound like this person, then maybe that song would be big while that person's big.
Exactly.
And then that wave crests, and nobody's still with you anymore.
Yes.
The only way to actually have true fans, and it's start out just like a small group of people that really fucks with you, and then it gets bigger and bigger. Is to just be you, and it's like if people resonate with you, then that's great, and that's all you can do. You can't make shit to try to resonate, because that's when it doesn't.
You can't, because you got to make sure that whatever you putting out, and when you perform it, and then when you like have people sit with it, you gotta make sure they feel it when you up there. Because if you don't, it's just gonna play like that, and it's good. You know what I mean? But that's how music is, man. Music is subjective, and people gonna like what they want to like, But I hope y'all like U.N.C. out right now, all streaming platforms, Under No Circumstances. And real quick, because we probably wrapped up on time, what's y'all favorite track on if y'all have one on the U.N.C.
You know what mine is.
My Mind.
No, I do like I do like
the lead single, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's a contrast. The soft, the more like relaxed, chill, smoky vibe. Yours is like the up tempo, turn up, cut. Like I said, everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying? My favorite was Unk, but I think My Mind is slow, because that's a lot of people's favorite song right now. And I'm going to perform that song on June 8th at the show at Big Fish Entertainment. June 8th.
There you go.
June 8th is the show, Big Fish Entertainment. It's going to be dope vibe. I'm performing some tracks from the EP. Pull up, pull out, get your tickets. $10 at the door, $10 at the store, $10 for Mo. You know what I'm saying? And I got a pop-up next Saturday. This podcast going to be out before next Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So June 2nd, I have a pop-up in Brooklyn. Pull up. All right, it's 100 Sutton Street. Pull up. Make sure y'all come out. I'm going to have a lot of dope merch that I talked about in this podcast. Come get it there. You're going to have some discounts if y'all come. You know what I mean? Get some C.E.L.L.Beatz merch and other dope vendors, performers, music, fashion show, everything. Pull up June 2nd for the pop-up.
There it is.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank y'all so much for being here. This has been another episode of Music Maniacs Beside After Dark.
I'm Sifa Graffiti.
I'm Dan Berg.
And I'm C.E.L.Beatz.
And we'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Unk. Much love.